When we open up the kidney, ta-da, we can see some of these main layers. It's a little subtle. I don't know where you're sitting and looking at the light. So the outermost layer of the kidney, and it's pretty clear here, it's kind of a lighter tone of tan. Everything's tan, but that outer lighter layer is the cortex. So up here would be the cortex. Then you see these things that look like scallop shells or seashells. Those are the pyramids in the medulla. So the actual structure would be called a pyramid. The layer is medulla. And then the darker army green there, or army yellow, that is the pelvis. So cortex, medulla with the pyramids, and then pelvis. Also where the pelvis is, we'd have major and minor calyx. The blue sheet does list them. So first of all, on the model, yes, you need to see major and minor calyx. I don't really see any good ones here. We might see them on the sheep kidneys, so we'll have to wait and see. But for now, they're not on the human kidneys. Okay, so what do we see so far? We saw the hilum, the renal artery, the renal vein, the ureter, and then the three layers, the cortex, the medulla, which has the pyramids, and then the innermost layer is the pelvis, which actually the pelvis ultimately gives rise, you can see here, the pelvis collects the urine. So largely the urine is made in the cortex, then it is concentrated in the medulla. Remember, I just described what concentrated means. A lot of the water's pulled out of the urine, saved, and then after that happens, what is now called urine goes into the pelvis. And these calyces, minor calyx, major calyx, into the pelvis, and then out of the pelvis to the ureter, then to the bladder, and then ultimately to the urethra and to the outside world. So really the kidney, 95% of the urinary system is the kidney. And the rest of it is just a bunch of plumbing, tubes in a tank. It's really not that impressive. Relatively speaking, the kidney is where all the action is really happening. And then you got to know a little bit of the rest of it. Okay, so let's look at that list. Hilum, cortex, medulla, pelvis, renal pyramid. We're skipping calyx for now. Renal capsule, renal artery, vein, and ureter. And those last two things, renal papilla and renal column, have a star by them, meaning they're not on the specimens, they're only on the model. Okay? This buddy, any questions? Or you